Hello, and welcome to this brief introduction to the Laptime program. We're going to talk about how to get started. I'll be your host. I'm Amber Passy of laptimesongs.com. So let's start by looking at the essentials. The Laptime program is a 20-minute interactive experience between young children and their caregivers, led by a Laptime teller. 20 minutes. Why is that? Well, young children are still building their stamina. Everything they encounter is new. It's processed and it's stored, and it requires a lot of brain energy. So, young children can become tired or overstimulated when programs go longer than about 20 minutes. The Laptime Teller is the facilitator of the program. This can be a librarian, early childhood educator, or caregiver. The teller prepares the program by choosing songs, activities, and books to use during the program, then leads the program, encouraging caregivers to engage with their little ones. Caregivers is an inclusive term that identifies all the varieties of relationships between the adults and the little ones who come to the Laptime program, such as parent, aunt or uncle, grandma or grandpa, nanny, teacher. I've seen such a wide variety of relationships. And it's important to honor all of these relationships by using terms that include all the possibilities. Then, as you, the Laptime teller, come to know the adults and little ones and their unique relationship, then you can use more specific terms. So during the program, caregivers are encouraged to engage with their little ones. It's more about their bonding and shared experience than it is about the Laptime teller performing for the crowd. All right, let's look at some of the objectives of the Laptime program. First is to create positive literacy experiences. The second objective is to share literacy resources. And the third is to provide extension activities. So, how do we meet these objectives? For positive literacy experiences, these are things to keep in mind. From birth, little ones are developing literacy skills. So, the more positive experiences that they have with books, language, and storytelling, the stronger their literacy skills will become. By providing literacy resources, we can help ease the burden of that caregivers may feel when faced with helping their little ones develop their literacy skills. By providing resources, we can help this literacy development become a joyful experience for both caregiver and little one. The books, songs, and fingerplays and activities in a Laptime program can be recreated outside of the program. Characters can repeat these activities to help build literacy skills and to bond with their little ones. So, an objective of the Laptime program is to help caregivers see that that's the purpose of what we do in the Laptime program, is to give them something to do outside of the program the rest of the week that will help build literacy skills. All right, so let's look at the parts of the program. There are 4 parts of the Laptime program. The first is the welcome, then book sharing, language activities, and finally the goodbye. So during the welcome, we want to help little ones know that the program is starting. And this is best accomplished by creating a set routine so that when we start the routine, they know what's happening, they're ready to engage, they warm up, and they know what's coming next. And that's a really important part of development for little ones. So choosing the same song or the same rhyme to say every week really helps little ones to know that, hey, we're starting lap time. I like this, and it's going to be lots of fun. And then as they learn the welcome activity, their confidence grows in their ability to do the actions or to say the words or to participate throughout the whole program. 2 of my favorite welcome choices are first, rhyme, which is open, shut them. And the second one is a song called Hello Friends. And you can find out more about both of those, see them in action on laptimesongs.com. All right, here's some guidelines for choosing a book to read during a Laptime program. First, you want to choose a book that has brief text and engaging illustrations. So, a sentence or even just a phrase on each page is sufficient for them to not get overwhelmed by the words. We don't want it to be so many words that they're tired of looking at the picture before we get to the end of the words and are ready to turn the page. So brief text, some really interesting things to look at while you read. And then second, we want to choose a book that encourages interaction between caregivers and little ones. So books that have animals where you get to name the animal or make the animal sound. Books that give actions to do, and then they can do those actions together. Anything that's going to engage them with each other and with the book while you're reading it. And then the third and most important guideline is to choose a book that you enjoy reading aloud. If you don't like the book, they're going to notice that. And then that's going to affect how they feel about the book. So choose books that you really enjoy reading and that you can see how you can engage caregivers and little ones with the book during the reading experience. And that will make for a successful book sharing time of your program. The next part are language activities. So songs, rhymes, finger plays, and poems are all great ways to bring language into your Laptime program. These activities are opportunities to model ways that caregivers can engage with their little ones and build their literacy skills. Part of the literacy skills little ones need to learn are identifying the sounds that make up words, because words make up language, and also being able to put meaning to sounds and words. And so songs and rhymes, especially finger plays where we're connecting an action with the words, those are great opportunities to build those skills. And then when you're choosing which of those to include in your program, you want to choose activities that match the theme of your book to help create a cohesive Laptime program. So if you read a book about kittens that have mittens, then you could do a mitten finger play or rhyme. You could do a counting activity with kitties. So there's lots of opportunities. On laptimesongs.com, you can also search by themes and find songs, rhymes, finger plays, all the things that you would want to include for that particular topic. It's super easy. All right, and then the goodbye, we want it to be just like the welcome, where it's a routine that we repeat every week. This helps little ones know it's time to say goodbye and we're going to leave. The better we can set them up for that transition, the more prepared we can help them be to know that it's time to transition, then the easier it is for them and their caregivers to be able to actually clean up and move out of the room without the tantrums that we usually expect when little ones have to leave a place that they enjoy. So also during the goodbye, this is a great time to share information on future programs, any literacy resources, or handouts that you might have. And then my two favorite language activities that you can use for saying goodbye is a poem called Tickle the Clouds and a song, Goodbye Friends. And Goodbye Friends is sung to the same tune as Hello Friends. And it's a great way, especially for the littlest ones, babies, up to a year. It's a great for that age group to hear that same melody and to have it be repeated so frequently. It really helps them build that word meaning association that we're trying to get. And it helps them know what's coming next. So it's great to have that kind of repetition. All right, so that's the program. Now let's talk about some tips for presenting. Before you present, you want to practice beforehand. Practice reading the book, practice singing the songs, practice the finger plays, even practice the information that you want to share. Sometimes we think we have it really get up in our head, and then the first time we say it out loud, we may stumble over what we're trying to say. So even though it feels funny, practice saying even that part out loud, announcements or information about future programs or anything that you want to share. Another tip is to greet little ones and their caregivers as they arrive. This is a great time to learn names or to follow up on previous conversations, to make a one-on-one connection with those little ones that will really help them want to focus on you and engage with you during the Laptime program, which will then help their caregivers stay engaged and participate as well. And then the third tip, and I feel like this is so very important, is to start and end on time in order to honor all the schedules that come together to make the Laptime program a success, especially if you're in a shared room and there may be a program after you, or if you have people in your program that might have appointments or other obligations to get to. We don't want to create stress within the room by going over and having tired babies or anxious adults trying to get to another place. So start and end on time, and that will help everyone's expectations to be met. And then finally, a follow up to the actual program. If your space allows, you could consider providing an activity or a craft that can extend the Laptime program's theme. You can consider activities that develop skills that are age appropriate for your group, fine motor skills or gross motor skills, Play Doh, wooden puzzles, stickers on paper, magnetic alphabet letters. Those are some of my favorite that are easy to pull out that are always a hit. In addition to activities, this is also a great time for caregivers to pick up any handouts that you might have. On your handouts, you can provide the words to the songs and rhymes you did so they can remember them to do them during the week. And you can also include literacy tips for them to implement at home. So that's pretty much the program. I'd like to thank you for watching this video. And if you're interested in learning more about the Laptime program or what Laptime Songs has to offer, please visit. It's a great place to find rhyme songs, finger plays. It'll help you choose your next theme. You can read reviews on Kindie musicians and get book suggestions that are sure to be a read aloud hit. Thanks. Bye.